You know, when you think about it, Shannon's not denying that she was having a meltdown on that set. She's only upset that it was recorded. I don't need any kind of moral closure or resolution on these shows. But usually I have one side to hate. This side, I'm like, you deserve each other. You're both awful in different ways.
I love it when Shannon calls her evil and delusional and says, "I'm not going to let you rile me up." And I was like, "Girl, you're already there. Like, you came in riled up." Then she says that she's worse than Tamara and Alexis. I was like, I don't know about that, Shannon.
Shannon was in an active lawsuit with Alexis, and she went and brought her evidence while pretending to be Shannon's friend. So I get it. Get it. It's just I felt like these two both showed their cards because they both seem to want to be perceived as very friendly and pleasant and innocent, and all this drama is around them. They are both the drama.
We gonna stir it up and do things our way. So if you wanna move, get out of our way.
Hey.
It's OGOC time. Happy Monday, everybody.
Welcome. I'm running out of greetings.
Just get right into it.
Yeah.
Step right in.
Let's step right in. You know what the best greeting is? To click subscribe, though. That's just always.
I would agree. Let's just start right off at that. Click subscribe wherever you're listening or watching on YouTube. Hello. We've got so many watchers, so many viewers who aren't subscribed. So why not? Why not just subscribe? It's free and it just helps us out.
Reveal thyself.
Also hit that like button. That like button actually helps a lot.
Yeah.
I'm becoming more and more versed in the YouTube-ness of things. And granted, I've always hated it. And people were like, hit subscribe and like and everything and follow. And I was like, oh, I understand now why they asked me to do it. So now actually, as a person who now has a channel on YouTube, I am more inclined to hit like and subscribe to the people that I watch. I'm so nice. I'm so kind.
Like it forward, people.
Yep, exactly.
Well, guess we should dive into the Housewives of Orange County. This is episode 3 of season 19.
Oh my gosh.
Katie and Gina go to some salon thing, some hair scalp treatment.
Okay, it looks completely bunk, and I love a woo-woo thing. And we live in California. We live in Southern California. I'm all about that shit, but I wouldn't do this unless somebody paid for it for me. I mean, it looks very relaxing though. Like, it looks very relaxing, but it probably costs $300 at least. Yeah,
it was like a scalp cleansing, but then they did like red light and all kinds of.
It was like a scalp facial.
Yeah,
it was a scalp facial. You know, I'm sure we need it. I don't know, but I just use my Redken scalp cleansing shampoo today, and my scalp is clean as a whistle. So yeah, there we go.
Mine is as shiny as but what's her name? I guess so. It's Gina and Katie, and Gina does acknowledge a little bit of her shady move in the past episode where Katie is like, I feel like I'm on an apology tour, but at least I'm glad I'm not being surprised here with Emily. And Gina's like, yeah, I'm sorry about that little. That didn't go.
I feel like Gina was a little bit like, sorry, not sorry. Like,
yeah.
It was a means to an end, but yeah.
She's like, I need that next season contract. I will do this again and again. But
exactly. Well, look, and Katie got her little zinger in there about like basically saying that Gina really needed this scalp treatment, which I was like, okay, that was a little shady. Whatever. This is what confessionals are for. But I was like, but girl, I don't feel like she needs it as badly as she needed it like 3 seasons ago when she had those horrible extensions and really bad hair. Like, that's when she really needed something like this.
Those Gina's extensions were straight from like early 2000s.
Yeah.
Like, it was bad Britney, downward spiral Britney Spears. That's what those extensions were. The tracks, the rat's nest.
Yeah, poor Gina. Gina's come a long way, and we are here for it. You know, she's been saving those Chili's tips. It's coming working for her.
By the way, she posted having lunch there this weekend.
I love her. I love her. She's she's grown so much on all of us. I feel like, you know, she's learned how to roll with it and take it. And we stand an ironic queen, you know? We do. We do. We do. And at the same time, it's one of those times where, like, the beginning, they're interweaving 3 stories or 3 different meetups, because then we also have Emily and Tamara meeting over at Emily's house. And then we also have Jen, Heather, and Shannon at either lunch or dinner. I can't tell because it's still light out. Whatever. They're meeting.
Yeah, they were bouncing
food.
around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you catch it? Who said it was a Tamara or Emily who described Gretchen? It was Tam. It was say, why am I asking that? Gretchen looked like at Hot Pot arrived like she was straight out of Toddlers and Tiaras.
Was she wrong? No, she absolutely was not. Like, we were back channel talking about how Gretchen looked. I was like, dude, she's got the whole like OC trad wife look is what she's doing. Like, and it's kind of ridiculous, but you know, whatever.
It's also funny too, her commitment to that kind of trad wife aesthetic when technically she's unwed,
right?
The breadwinner with a child out of wedlock. I mean,
which we are not judging. We're just saying that is like her aesthetic, and the people that she kind of hangs out with in other states would not go for that. Like, she's lucky that she lives in California, where California says, be who you want to be. We don't care. We may judge you, but we won't legally come down on you.
Yeah.
About it. So
anyway. What else is there? I mean, there is the the podcast. I love how they bust out the clip of that. So what, Gretchen's upset because, well, we know the campaign for years Tamara has had. Slade's a deadbeat dad.
Which was talking about it last week. I don't remember it and I haven't I guess I just don't care to refresh myself about it because it is so messy. Because, you know, his relationship with his ex-wife, with his children's, with his boys' mother was always kind of contentious, I feel like, from the beginning. And this was pre-podcast, pre-social media influencer days. So we were hearing that he was not paying child support and doing a lot of stuff back then when he was on the show. His
son, I don't know the exact timeline, but his youngest son, rest in peace, he passed away from, I think it was like a brain
tumor.
And so Slade wasn't helping at all, to the point that his ex-wife needed GoFundMes and Tamara in a very twisted way, twisted brand of generosity, because she donated and she broadcasted it on her podcast and social media and said, I really hope that Gretchen's pitching in as well, since it is her stepson. And it doesn't sound like they did. The Smiley Rossies are. But what Emily's...
For some reason, that's something... I don't know why I don't want to wade into that, personally. Like, I guess it's something that I'm just like, I feel like I don't know as much about, but like, because I'm like, I don't... And which is ironic because I don't really like Slade at all. Like, but at the same time, I'm just like, I don't know why I'm holding back on that, because I just want more information, if that makes sense. Like, there's certain things I feel like I have enough information about, but I also am like, oh my gosh, like, if he really wasn't paying for his kid's medical treatment and funeral bills and funeral costs, like, that's horrific. That's absolutely horrific. Like,
it's a little dark for the Housewives sphere, children passing and whatnot.
Also, these are children that are not on the show either, too. And so I guess that's another thing for me, is like, if the children are not on the show, I really don't want to talk about children who are not on the show.
Yeah. The only time I could think of them was when back to the Joe De La Rosa, like the original season when he
Yeah.
had a house and he was a
Yeah.
breadwinner. Other than so,
And he made Joe dress up like a maid. Yeah.
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 But Emily
I mean,
was funny about it.
yeah, calling
was,
it her out for her rationalization of it.
Yeah, she was like, Tamara doesn't recognize when she says something wrong. She just rationalizes why she said it. And cut to Tamara saying, I was trying to help.
I think
That's
maybe
my
that's
opinion.
I think maybe that's where it is. It's that it's like maybe I don't disagree with what Tamara was saying. I disagree with how she went about it. Which I feel is half the time with Tamara. I was like, dude, you might have been right, but god damn it, can you do it in a better way? Like, God.
I mean,
but she can't.
I give her credit. People might say that was mean. I would say it's efficient. She covered all her bases. Think of a business deal. Both sides need to be covered. She donated to the cause. She raised awareness and encouraged more donations to the cause. But she also got herself some ratings and took a swipe at her mortal enemy. She's a good businesswoman. She packaged the deal.
She just can't help but put a little zinger in there anytime. And then Tamara then calls Jen a dimwit too. She was like, oh, Jen.
Yeah.
And then apparently Katie texted Shannon an apology, and she repeats again that only Matt heard the recording. However, Alexis tells Shannon and Jen that on the way to Hot Pot, she called Alexis and asked her about this recording.
Oh, she told Heather. She told Heather.
Well, no, Heather called Alexis.
Right.
On the way to Hot Pot and was like, hey, what happened with this? How did you hear about this? And she's like, oh, well, I went to lunch with Katie and Jen, and Katie played that recording for me and Jen at this lunch. So that's what Alexis is saying. Alexis is doubling down and saying that Jen heard this. Katie's saying that Jen heard this. And Jen is like, I don't know. Like, I must have not been around. Kind of not believing Jen on this.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a point with Jen where the deer in headlights cute thing has to wear. It's carried her very far. And I don't think she's like evil inside, but I think she's been on long enough that she can't play dumb anymore. She knows what she's doing. She didn't survive. What is this, season number 3? She didn't make it into her 3rd season. Was it her third? Is it her 3rd?
Is it? I feel like it's her
I think
second.
was she a friend of, then became full-time last season?
Yeah, last season I think was her first one.
I think she was a friend of before.
Yeah, I mean, we'd seen her before, like in her like yoga studio and stuff like that.
Right. So she can't
People can correct us in the comments.
Yeah. But she can't get by on the dim-witted damsel in distress. She knows what she's doing. I'm not buying that. She just doesn't remember this lunch where this very incriminating, complicated recording was played. Oh,
yeah.
Like,
that's something I would remember. I mean, hello.
Unless she shut it out because she knew in that moment the trauma, the drama, but yeah, that's one where I wasn't.
I mean, Shannon is choosing to believe Jen. Obviously, Heather is believing Alexis and Katie in this instance about Jen knowing what was that Jen was there, that Jen heard it. And if this is my thing, I go, heaven help Jen if evidence comes out. Like, let's see some receipts that Jen was actually there. Like that there's like I don't know, whatever it is, that there's like a picture of the 3 of them at lunch at that time. And it's like, this is where we were. This is you. Da, 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 da. Like, heaven help Jen if Shannon finds out that Jen was lying about this.
We need access to their Instagram archives. Maybe there was a story from lunch.
Their credit card receipts, I don't know, quiet woman cameras wherever they were having lunch, Javier's, I don't know. Oh,
This is where
But
Tamara says she's held to a higher standard than the other women, a different standard. Um, she says, you know, when she does one thing, it's a monster. When she's a monster, when the others. This is also where she reveals too. This is why she said it, because also at the same time, Jen's Ryan is online taunting her, saying like, you know, stay away, the lawsuit's ready, things like that, which is rather dumb. What do you think of Ryan this season? So far, we've only seen a little.
Well, I think he's not wearing his flashier clothing. So he's like playing things down a little bit. He's definitely being a house husband. And we know I like a messy house husband. You know, I do. There's something about it. He's like, I think the taunting thing, this is the thing with Tamara though, like, well, Tamara, you have a pattern of these things. And I don't think that Ryan should be out there like taunting her like this, but he also knows that he'll get a response from her in that like, and this is where I go, well, Tamara, let's see how Heather believes that your therapy is working for you by not reacting to this. Allow him to say these things and keep your mouth shut. Like, or just don't engage. Be very Meredith Marks and disengage.
Yeah, like, I think that's the ultimate test. Like,
because he's going to do it because you have been sued before for defamation, and that's the pattern here, and that's why you do get held to a different standard, Tamara. That's what I'm going to say there. Is that
I do think Ryan is enjoying it a little bit too much. Not just the Tamara thing. I've noticed he's more front and center in their scenes than Jen is. He's becoming
Let me take off
like
my shirt.
Yeah, he's becoming like a New Jersey house husband.
Yeah.
That's where I was going with it. I'm like, he's really stepping into this role. And I do catch a moment in this where Jen refers to him suddenly as her husband.
Yeah. Yeah. Later on, which I actually want to talk about that later on.
Actually, I think it's the next scene, isn't it?
No, it's a couple of scenes later, but okay, you know, then Jen and Heather get into a fight about Tamara coming to the birthday party or being invited to the birthday party, and two things. First of all, as somebody who has their birthday during the holiday season at the beginning of December, and who also has a best friend who has their birthday 2 days before Heather Dubrow's, I completely understand celebrating your birthday party a month later. Like, and also I understand Heather also celebrating it in order to get it filmed too.
Right.
It's a plot point. It's a way to like do things. So I'm really kind of tired of everybody being like, why is she doing it then? Well, you have a birthday in between Thanksgiving and like Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Like, yeah, people don't want to celebrate. You can't get people to like celebrate your birthday. Half the time, half the people aren't available. They're out of town. They're at their company birthday parties or Christmas parties, holiday parties. Like, shut up. If you don't have a birthday during that time, it's kind of like no uterus, no opinion. No birthday, no Christmas birthday, no opinion. That's what I say. So.
Also, I did want to point out, since Heather is the fanciest person on this show, is that the whole month long, I just want to say that Kathy Hilton has an entire birthday month too. It's a national tour. LA, Beverly Hills, New York, Palm Beach. She's just celebrated everywhere she goes. I feel like Heather kind of like has multiple birthdays. Heather is friends with some very, very rich, not Housewives rich people in Orange County that I don't think she would invite these housewives to mingle with. And so
like this was her housewife's birthday party.
Yes,
like that's what this was.
Exactly. And so that's why when I was thinking about the math of it, I was like, I know I've seen this. I've seen this before. Yeah. I don't think Tamara, Gretchen, I don't think any of the cast members would be invited to sit with, like, she knows the owners. the Samuelis, who own like they're multi-billionaires, and they own like the Ducks or the Angel, like incredible, the real, like the answer to Kathy's Beverly Hills. Heather knows she's not bringing her coworkers to their houses.
No, especially if they might cause a scene, like we're seeing.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, this is a special birthday. But anyway, you know, and also like I get why Jen is so upset. Like when Jen was like, I had to like prove that my home was a safe place for my children because of Tamara's accusations, yada, yada, yada. And I go, I get that. But also Ryan's legal problems were in the news.
Correct.
So he put you guys in that situation.
She's not taking... I'm noticing the pattern now, just between last thing about not knowing what she doesn't take any accountability, Jen Pedranti.
No.
It's always what? I didn't know.
Yeah.
His FBI situation, Tamara found out about it in the news, and later that day when it was already spread, did the FBI hat joke. I remember that post. Look, Tamara didn't create this.
Exactly.
Ryan created this.
Was it in poor taste for Tamara to do that? Yes. Was she like, you know, stabbing, like rubbing salt in the wound? Absolutely. But like Ryan created this. It's also kind of like, oh, like Jen being put into her financial position because I didn't know that my ex-husband wasn't paying the mortgage and da. Girl, like that was one of the things last season we were talking about. We were like, girl, you need to wake up. Like you need to get a handle on your finances. You are almost 50 years old. And you have how many children? Come on.
Jen Pedranti is giving Teresa Giudice love bubble. It is everyone's fault. If you discuss it, you created it. Mm-hmm. I don't want to know. We're happy. Leave us alone.
That's a really good analogy. Or yeah, I like that. Go ahead.
Oh no, it's just a minute ago when I was saying he's reminding me of a New Jersey housewife. It's all coming together.
Well, last week we said he reminded us of Louis. So
you know. Yeah, the pattern's there.
Yeah, exactly. I do wonder. I mean, and this was something I was wondering kind of at the beginning. Actually, last week I wondered it, and then Shannon says it, you know, when she fights with Katie at the end. But I was like, was recording Shannon illegal because California is a two-party consent state when it comes to recording, but it's also like there's certain parameters around it. Like if you were on your phone on speakerphone in Dollar Tree, which is a public place, like and talking like out loud on your speakerphone, you can't really, or if you're on the bus or something like that, that's a public place. Like you can't really expect privacy. So like that, but so if Shannon's on speakerphone, but she's at a work shoot, so she's in a private environment where she thinks like she's just around like crew and her castmates. Like, I don't know. There's like a, I don't know. Like there's definitely a lawyer would have to pick out like whether or not that was illegal or not. And because there hasn't been a suit, maybe it wasn't. Maybe a lawyer said to her finally, it was like, well, because you were on your speakerphone, it was not illegal.
And also, I'm trying to think too, because I know obviously recording phone calls is straight up illegal without their knowledge. But also the other thing is they were there for work for Bravo, and they sign these agreements not to sue each other. You know what I mean? So it's not just the law, it's also the Bravo law. You know what I mean? They can't.
Yeah.
So I know when she said that was illegal, I was like, I don't know necessarily if that's true. And also, didn't you, a couple of times she's mentioned she went to law school for a couple of years. I think 2 out of 3. I don't know. I was just like, I felt like she was blurting that out like some kind of like Karen, you know, like on a viral video at a Walmart. If you don't put that cat food away, I'm calling HIPAA. Like, I don't know.
I mean, I do think that Katie should watch it though. I mean, anyway, we'll get into it. We'll get into it more. I don't know. We've finished up with like the beginning of that. Oh my gosh, we've already taken up so much time already just at the beginning of this. You got Katie's time with her house, with her family, whatever.
Yeah,
that's fine.
yeah.
And then we've got bowling night with Emily and Shane, Gina and Travis, and Shannon and her date Adam, who is a cast member of the Love Hotel.
This is getting forced down our throats.
Yeah.
This Love Hotel.
Basically, go back and watch the Love Hotel, everybody.
Yeah. They're just like, yeah. I'm like, okay, a different show.
My only like 3 notes from that section was, of course, Shane has his own shoes and is a good bowler. I am not surprised by that. Gina grilling Adam was hilarious. I thought that was really funny. And Emily doesn't believe that we landed on the moon.
Wow.
That was because Gina was like, "Do you believe that we landed on the moon?" And Emily was like, "No, we didn't land on the moon." I was like, "Are you being contrarian, or do you actually not believe we landed on the moon?" Okay.
Yeah, she might surprise you. I'm afraid
Emily
to know
surprises
the
me
answer.
constantly, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
there's a lot there.
What else is it? Okay, so then we get to that weird scene. It's a Jen Ryan family moment.
Yes.
And I have a lot of questions. First of all, this she wants to move. So Dawson, who her son who's of age, went with the ex. It's hard to talk about the ex because we don't know a lot. He reminds me in this situation of Christian Strack, Sutton's ex. We just hear about him and his involvement with the kids, but we don't know. Not that we need it. I'm just saying. So but I guess he took, I don't know his personality, but he took their oldest son to enlist in the Marines. And then the scary part now is how broke are they as a whole? Her ex-husband made their barely of age teenage son, not only shipped him off to the military, it sounds like maybe so they wouldn't have to pay for college, made him co-sign his little brother's student loans for private school USC on the way out.
His older brother's student loans.
So he was harvesting the little one for the big one, so he wouldn't have to pay anything.
Yes, because when I looked at the Chiron, because I was like, wait a minute. Dawson is 18 years old. That is the one who is joining the Marines. And his dad asked him to co-sign his brother Harrison, who is 21 years old, his student loans to go to USC at over $73,000 a year. And I mean, the look, I will say, it does seem that Jen and Ryan are just beside. I'm with Ryan on this. Like, that is a horrible father right there. To put your own son in such financial jeopardy, because those are not something that you like. We don't know how you're saddled with those for forever, like until they are paid off, and they accrue so much interest. And they're basically, in my opinion, and I'm very lucky that I did not have student loans and that I went to USC, but I also went to USC when it was half as much as it is now. But like, they're basically almost predatory loans by now, like the amount that the interest rate is on them, and like how you cannot get out of them, how you can't even declare bankruptcy and get out of them. It's so terrible. It's so sad. I really feel for children these days, for college age children who have to do this, he has no idea. And you could just tell Dawson has no idea. He thinks it's like the same as like a car note. No, honey, no.
Also, keep in mind, too, how the father, what's his name? Will? Her ex's name, Will, I believe. Jen's ex. No. Okay, the fact that they needed an 18-year-old to co-sign tells me that the two adults in the family have zero credit. That an 18-year-old with zero credit history is better off than these two.
Well, I mean, going back to what I said just a few minutes ago, that apparently Will stopped paying the mortgage on that house that they were sharing. I mean, he Jax tailored her in a way.
I was like, this is shades of,
So, but I do find it interesting because like last season, from kind of like what I'm remembering just at this moment, it seemed like Will was such an upstanding guy and they're from Oklahoma, this whole thing. But it seems like it was all like, it seems like so many parts of their marriage was a lie. You
Yeah.
know, maybe their financials were a lie, as well as like their love, because obviously, you know, she cheated on Ryan. Even though she says she didn't cheat on Ryan. She did
with
cheat with
Ryan.
Ryan. Yeah. She cheated with Ryan. Like, you know, whatever. Like, but like, oh my, or maybe maybe he thinks that he's getting back at Jen through Will and Dawson. I don't know. I mean, through Dawson and Harrison. Like, that's horrible. Do never to put your children in the middle of that situation. That's just, my jaw was on the floor. It's the only time in a very long time in Housewives that my jaw's been on the floor. And ironically, it's not between Housewives.
Yeah. It felt so weird to me. Like, and I was up after watching, like, why would, and the thing about the fact that this basically a high school kid has better credit than his parents, and they're exploiting him. What?
Yeah.
You know, they do have JCs in Orange County, Jen and Will, and your kid could have done 2 years at Saddleback and then transferred.
Well, that's what I think happened. Since Harrison's 21, it sounds like maybe he did do a couple of years at a JC and is transferring. So at least maybe he won't have 4 years. Maybe he'll only have 2 years, but still, that's $140,000 at what type of interest rate and payback?
Yeah.
And the economy right now with like AI jobs taking away like entry-level jobs from like, you know, kids these days. I'm sorry, like that's another tangent we're not going to go on to, but like I was as a person who is not a parent, I was appalled at the lack of parenting judgment and I'm just going to put this on Will because I don't know. I'm going to give Jen the benefit of the doubt that obviously this was part of like filming and they're filming this, but then when she really found out, that her head exploded and she exploded on Will, that she was like, how dare you do this? How dare you put my son in this position?
It's sometimes, I know in divorces what happens is in the settlement, one parent takes on responsibility for education or something. And what could have happened is Will was saddled with that, and he found the worst way possible out.
Yeah.
I'll rob one kid to pay the other, but I'm not paying anything. So
yeah, I mean, I've heard about it like in families where like literally like little kids, because like the parents can't pay the electricity bills and electricity gets shut off, that they just open up a new account in their minor children's names. And so then you will have like minor children who already have bad credit because it's craziness. Anyway, I just was like, no.
And we go back to, so speaking, this is all in the stretch of hashing out leading up to Heather's birthday. So you had the Heather Jen, where Jen flips out on Heather for lightly suggesting, maybe don't bring Ryan. She's like, that's my husband. You've taken Tamara's side, blah, blah, blah. That was a little intense. Then we have Ryan and Jen exposing education, fraud, abuse, whatever we're going to, no, I'm joking.
I think that's financial abuse of the youngest of that son. I think
we're going to find out something really dark, like the father has life insurance policies on his children, but that's for another season. And then,
I'll let you touch that.
Yeah. And then next step is Heather and Tamra sitting down with the old parrots who bully Tamra. Old.
Oh man. Yeah.
And this is like essentially this flip side of the conversation where Tamra tells Heather, no, you're taking Jen's side. Jen asked Heather, why are you taking Tamra's side by disinviting Ryan? You're stooping so low beneath you. And now Tamra's saying to Heather, why are you asking me to, worried about me? You have no relationship with Ryan. Why are you kind of edging me out of your party?
Yeah. Which I just don't. Heather's caught in the middle of that.
Yeah.
And I don't believe, like, also, like, if it's, that's why Heather didn't invite them to her real birthday party.
Mhm. Yeah.
We're supposing.
This doesn't, like, yeah, like, Heather's not bringing this riffraff to whoever the Kathy Hiltons of Orange County that she invited.
Yeah.
The
like,
Disneys and the
yeah. She's like, you two are gonna come to this birthday party and you're gonna cause a viral moment for this fucking show. God damn it. I'm gonna
Heather's
provide
living a double life.
Exactly. She's like, this is what's happening. But I mean, Heather's like, I see improvements for you. You've been very calm lately. I was like, oh God, look at you just buttering her up. Just buttering Tamara up right here. Like, oh.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't tell if Heather, because I know Jen accused Heather of being afraid of Tamara. I was like, I don't think that's the case. I think that
No.
you see game recognizes game.
Yeah.
But I also think for Heather's sake, and her goal seems to have always been to kind of fly above the drama as much as she can. Not get, at least she navigates it with as clean, you know. I think she's just like, I don't, just all of you can come. I don't care. It's my party. Like, I don't think it's like, because the way she was kind of laying it on with Tamara about how much you've changed. I see the growth. You're so much more considerate. I didn't see it as her doing like Tamara PR work there. What I saw was her just like, I don't know, I'm just going to play both sides, compliment you all, and just show up to my party and like leave me alone. That's how I felt it
Exactly. Yep.
And that leads, of course, to Heather's
party.
By the way, so the party, just so we have a layout of how much it costs, based on the thing, about 150 thou for this little birthday party. She said it was, they did the Chiron or whatever, the Nobu party was 35 grand. Heather says to Terry, who's like, how much is this one? How much? She's like, about 4 times. So let's roll it to 150.
Yeah. And he's like, 150? Well, you actually had to rent a venue, which that venue, first my notes were, where is that? New Jersey? I was like, where is this place? And I kept thinking, I was like, especially the second time I was like, I recognize this place. I was like, where is this? And it wasn't until Emily and Gina were walking around to go to the bathroom, and then it was like this old studio. I was like, that's what it is. I was like, it's TBN. It's the old Trinity Broadcast Network, like offices and studio compound that's off of the 5 in Costa Mesa. I was like, that is where that is. I was like, it's the most gaudiest place. You guys have to look it up sometime. You would drive by it. It always looked like it was lit up like Christmas, but just like, I do find it ironic that like it's being now used. Like we have like the only Jewish couple on the show having their place at an old like Bible thumping type of like, Trinity Broad. I mean, oh my God, the woman who used to be on there,
she had purple hair.
She had this huge purple hair. She made Tammy Faye Baker look like she didn't wear makeup, like au naturel. Like this woman, it was insane. I'm trying to remember her name.
If you guys aren't familiar with the Trinity Broadcast Network, like growing up as a kid, it would always be on some off channel, and it would be like prayer-a-thons, and it would be like them like running around stage, people jumping out saying they've been saved, now send money, telethons. It was like that. It was that.
Yep. It's like the 700 Club on steroids. Like, man. Like,
I did look it up because I was wondering too. It's like, the funny thing is about this, when they were the decor and stuff, being here in LA, we know a lot of Persians. I was like, this is very the style of this place. It's like, is this a Persian wedding venue? A Persian, like, on Shaw's, when
Yeah.
they would go to the Olympic collection, they talk about that for family parties. Well, there actually is a Shaw's of Sunset connection to this place, because Trinity Broadcast Network is closed, and this was their big mega church studio. It's purchased and owned by Manny Koshbin. I don't know if you guys remember him. He's a really rich Persian guy who looks kind of like Mike, but with a gazillion dollars. And he has this very pretty trophy wife named Layla. And they were on $1 Million Listing. They were on Shaw's. On $1 Million Listing, they went around and looked at like $20-30 million homes, Beverly Hills. On Shaw's, it was an episode where I think Mike goes down to the OC and he needs some inspiration. He needs some motivation. So and Manny's telling him about how he came to America with nothing, slept in his car, all this. And now look, he has Ferraris and all that. And what else has he been on? His wife is friends with Heather, friends with Gretchen. She is like, from Shaw's. Who's that girl? Lily Galici. His wife is very Lily Galici coded. So this guy has been on Bravo and trying to get on Bravo for many years. So it's like ding, ding, ding. Yeah.
Well, now he has his Christian palace on Bravo, which the fact that they had joints being rolled just made it even better. I was like, mwah, I love this. I love that joints are being rolled in an old dialing for dollars, Christian, like Bible thumping broadcast network place. I love it so much. And the food looked good too. I'm with it. I would have eaten all
caviar. By the way, I love now besides just the joints, they're doing caviar bumps.
What is that? I'm sorry. I think that's stupid as fuck.
Okay, so I had to look this up because
I don't want to eat food off my hand.
Well, first of all, so the reason it's called a bump is you are doing it in the style of snorting cocaine, guys.
You would teach us more. Teach us more. How do you know all of this?
I just know caviar. That's it. And so what you do is I haven't done it, but the caviar bump, but you put a little on your hand, and I Googled because that's like in my mind, that's not great etiquette for caviar, but apparently experts say the warmth of your hand releases the flavor and enhances it. And then so you put a bump here, just like you would maybe some kind of, I don't know, white powder that Lisa Hochstein's husband calls air conditioning. And then you, or boyfriend, and where normally bad people might put that up to their nose, they put it in their mouth. It's like a dollop of caviar from your hand. But I was like, you have joints, blunts, alcohol. You have cocaine style caviar in this temple to religion.
We're throwing shots, and we're taking shots and then throwing glass at a gong. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
What is this party? Oh Lord, we got a woman in a champagne coupe handing out champagne. I mean, at least she's clothed.
Yeah. It would. That reminded that woman in a champagne coupe reminded me of Beyonce. She did the video.
Oh, it reminded me of Dita Von Teese. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Beyonce has a music video where she does it from like the 2000s. But yeah,
that's where she got that idea.
She also
anyway.
Heather Dubrow hired professional photographers with the event, not to be confused with paparazzi, Katie.
Yeah, right. Oh man, it was interesting, that Jen made Ryan come, even though he just had knee surgery the day before, and then he had to walk up on those steps.
She's like, you don't know how hard I fought for your invitation. You are coming.
you're coming, god damn it. I don't care if my bra is showing in this dress. I was like, girl, that dress looks really good on you. Why couldn't you get undergarments, foundation garments that are appropriate for it? That it kind of ruined the look. I was like, god damn it. Just put a shawl on. I don't know.
Who they had arrive last was very production directed. Shannon. Yeah. Shannon arrives, so all her ops are there.
I mean, technically, she's not last. We know who's last, but that's coming later. It's coming next episode.
Yeah, that's the showstopper. I'm so excited for that. But in this moment, without Tamara having arrived yet, everyone's lined up, everyone's entered, and boom, here comes Shannon. Mm-hmm. That's I probably say this on every Housewives show we cover, but that's intentional. Production will line that up and tell the driver to keep circling if everyone isn't there yet. Shannon's going to have to wait. They need this kind of confrontation and drama. Mm-hmm. So that none of that's by accident.
Well, they're also given a time to get there.
Yeah, but if things aren't at the right place for Shannon if like not everyone's settled in
on top of that
up, they'll say like take another circle around the neighborhood. You could be trapped in your car as a housewife for a while circling.
I would really hate that.
Yeah, I would too. And
it was very interesting. Okay, well, I mean, Shannon arrives with Phil, another Love Island, Love Hotel contestant, man number 2. But she makes it very clear that Phil is just a friend, only a friend.
Yeah.
Anyway, but whatever. He seems fun. He seems like probably the right person for her to be with. That she needed just a friend for this event. I did think it was interesting that like Shannon was mad that like Heather was being a hostess to Katie. She's like, why is Heather talking to Katie? And it was like, well, she's being a hostess for fuck's sake. Like,
yeah. Oh, this is where the wheels start kind of falling off with Shannon.
Shannon was ready. Shannon was raring for a fight. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was raring for a fight. She was ready to go.
Yeah, seeing the way she reacted to Heather, who, by the way, when they showed the shot from the distance about where Shannon was looking at them, they weren't hugging.
No.
Heather was on like one little banquette. Katie had, like, it wasn't, she was speaking as a hostess, welcome, and the way like Shannon was like drooling, but like a dog ready to bite you. She was like, and that's when I knew we were in for a show, because now it's established Shannon thinks the whole world is against her. We will all know the effing truth. That is that look.
Yep. Oh my gosh. I mean, Katie and Jen decide to like make it happen, Mm-hmm. Katie corners Shannon. Jen grabs Phil, was like, come with me. Let's have them fight. Here we go. And Katie tries to apologize to again. And then it was like, Shannon's response is like, you've got nothing but excuses. And what you did was illegal. Which we're already debating that, on whether it was or wasn't. But I will say this. I do think, Shannon has a good claim there to being like, was this illegal for her to do it? That's in California. That is something to wonder. Katie saying you made it my business when you were on speakerphone, I do think though was a good retort to that. But then Shannon was like, wait a minute, you hung up a business call to record me? That was another good. Like they both have like good responses for each other on a lot of these things. I'm just like, that just proves that both of y'all are wrong. Both of y'all are wrong. Both of y'all are right. Nobody's winning in this situation. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I can't take a side, because I do think what Katie did is absolutely everything that her ops think of her.
Yes.
It's like, it is absolutely that sneaky, trying to sabotage. As one of Shannon's really good points was, you sat next to me while I was crying, finding out that John Janssen had secret videos of me, and then you turned around and recorded me too. That
Yeah.
was such a good point. So
Mhm.
yes, that's a point for Shannon. Now, a point for Katie is how Shannon conducts herself. Shannon right there proved what people have been saying. I've been saying. No, but a lot of people, the rumors from Love Island, I'm sorry, Love Hotel.
Right.
The rumors from Love Hotel, but also other seasons you've seen it, that she's not so sweet, not so easy to work with, that she's abusive off camera.
Mm-hmm.
The Sun right now, which I don't know if that's it's not, we're not, that's not People Magazine, but I love
Yeah.
some gossip. The Sun right now is saying that production, like Alex Baskin and the now executives, had to reprimand her a little because she was so tense this season when shots like these. Cameras would cut and she'd take it out on the staff, on the crew. She was abusive to the staff.
I mean, like, I don't want to necessarily say that the Sun could be accurate because I mean it's a tabloid. They've been sued a lot for being for publishing false things. It does fall in line though with what Joel Kim Booster said about her on Love Hotel. But then again, like who knows? That could also be who knows, because the theme of this season seems to be talking to podcasters, bloggers, and maybe even tabloid people. So it's like that could that have been planted? I don't know. Who knows?
But it has been, remember last season, my big issue was the coddling, like, poor baby Shannon. When I'm like, we've seen she's not poor baby Shannon. I was just like, that kind of, I'm not mad that Shannon was upset on camera. That's great. But I was just like, we've been saying it for a while.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think a perfect point of like last season is actually at the what was it, the finale party, when she went off on Matt all of a sudden. And it was like that came out of nowhere. And I was like, why are you angry at Matt? Why are you all of a sudden like you're angry at these other people? And then Matt is just saying maybe he shouldn't have told you to calm down, but like you don't need to take it out on Matt. Like, and so for me, seeing that makes me think that she could have turned around to a sound person or a cameraman and been like, don't fucking touch me. Like,
when you think about it, Shannon's not denying that she was having a meltdown on that set. She's only upset that it was recorded. She hasn't said, what do you mean? I was calm. So I do.
Right.
I don't know whose side to take, but really, I don't need like kind of I don't need any kind of moral closure or resolution on these shows. But usually I have one side to hate. This side, I'm like, you deserve each other. You're both awful in different ways.
Well, the fact that like Shannon, I love it when Shannon, she puts her in the category of John Janssen and Alexis Bellino, and then she calls her evil and delusional and says, "I'm not going to let you rile me up." And I was like, "Girl, you're already there. Like you came in riled up. Like let's." And then she says that she's worse than Tamara and Alexis. I was like, I don't know about that, Shannon. I don't know. I mean, time will tell, but I don't think Katie's like that bad. But I did think it was interesting though that Katie said again that Alexis did not hear it. But in that moment, Shannon did not call her a liar, did not say, well, Heather's told me that Alexis admits that she heard it. So I wonder if Shannon is in some ways that away to use later, to like bring out later on against Katie.
Because if the Alexis thing is true, I absolutely understand why Shannon is this and this fear. Like, look, you had Jen sitting down with Heather, basically trembling. How could you speak to someone who triggered an investigation into my custody? Referring to Tamara. Shannon was in an active lawsuit with Alexis, and she went and brought her evidence while pretending to be Shannon's friend. So I get it. I get it. It's just, I felt like these two both showed their cards when because they both seem to want to be perceived as very friendly and pleasant and innocent, and all this drama is around them. They are both the drama.
They
And,
are.
yeah.
They are. I do think like Shannon is just more outwardly the drama, and I
Mhm.
think Katie's more inwardly the drama.
Mhm.
Like I think we're just seeing different types of drama queens here.
Yeah. Their personalities. One is Shannon thrives in chaos. That is my theory. We've never seen a, I mean, I guess we called it a couple episodes ago when we said Shannon's looking forward to fun. There's never been a fun Shannon. And also, what are my other? I'm like an oracle. And what are my other, like a therapist? The other thing too is, of course, Shannon. It was last season was Shannon's year. They built her up, and then the formula is next season to tear you down. So
I mean, we'll see. I think, although to be honest, I think that it's still. I think this might be like maybe Katie and Jen's year to be torn down.
yeah,
I mean, it's already being Katie's year to be torn down, and I'm already starting to see cracks with Jen.
yeah. I can see Jen being questioned, and that hasn't happened before with Ryan. With Ryan, it's been questioned, the FBI and stuff like that, and she had to get a little involved to defend her man last season. This season, though, we're starting to question her honesty a little, her personally. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
I was, they showed like the preview for next week, and then they showed Tamara walking in, and they blur out the person's face, and I was like, it's Joe De La Rosa. They're bringing in Joe, and then of course, when they show preview for next week, it's Joe, and I was like, I knew it. I was right. And we had just been talking last week how like we were wondering how Joe feels about all of this, and we were like wanted to know, like, and now we're gonna get to see Joe on, and I'm so excited.
That's brilliant. See, this is why I can't hate Tamara. I think
because she's so good. She's so good.
She's good at, she plays the game. She knows what her job is, and she does it better than anyone else. I wouldn't have thought of Joe De La Rosa. Like that to me, it's almost a little wholesome. It's like, well, if we're gonna have Gretchen back, let's bring back. There's something kind of like it feels like especially we're heading towards season 20 next year. It feels like a little reunion. Like maybe then Gretchen will pull Quinn Fry. I don't know. I'm excited to see Joe back. I thought that's like a fun little.
I think it's great. Great. Yeah. Yep. Another one of the previews was, I guess, what was it? Heather was having lunch with. Oh, now I can't remember it. But Heather was talking about with Katie and maybe Tamara, or maybe it was Jen. It was another blonde. But pointing out that like, oh, I think you were gonna like sell stories or something like that to Kiki Monique, and I was like,
yeah, Katie, I forget which one says it, but apparently Katie has been they heard Katie was planting stories with yet another blogger, another podcaster, and we know this season as we go, we don't know the details yet, we're watching it unfold too, but we know it's not going to get better for Katie. More is going to come out. So
I would really hope that, like, to be honest with you, that a lot of these housewives would have learned from what happened in New Jersey. We talked about this we talked about this on episode 1, that it just dealing with bloggers and podcasters just almost is basically tanked New Jersey as we know it. You know, like, don't let that shit like ruin your show. Don't. Fine, use People Magazine. That's fine. Use People Magazine, but don't use us. Like, no, don't use podcasters and bloggers.
And especially don't put it in writing. Don't put it in DMs.
No.
Look, nothing that can be subpoenaed.
We're all for these housewives following us, liking us, enjoying our stories, saying, haha, that's funny. That's great. We love that. But I'm not going to be beholden to a housewife. Like, I'm not going to keep my opinions in one place because a housewife is like being nice to me or giving me intel or something like that. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they don't have anything to offer.
No, they honestly don't. Like,
I would be embarrassed to be like, Mom, Dad, I'm gonna watch Housewives finally, because my parents don't care for it. I'm finally on. I'm on camera, and then they see why. They're
right.
like, yeah, that's
No.
not like, this is what you're doing with your life. So
They're like, all that UCLA public school money spent on what?
actually, oh, never, I won't say. But
it's a little crosstown rivalry violence.
Yeah. But no, yeah, so, to each their own.
Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to next week to seeing Joe. I think that'll be fun. I think it'll be,
Yeah.
And and seeing what else happens. I think, you know what, I do think though that Shannon needs some more therapy, in my opinion. She needs a recommendation from Tamara's therapist to maybe calm down a little bit. Maybe she needs a Xanax or an Ativan at times, because she just needs to. I enjoy fired up Shannon at certain times, but like, I feel like she does have a stronger argument against Katie at times, but she just loses it when
her delivery, her message gets lost in the delivery.
Both her and Tamara tend to do that. They can be right about things, but they both lose it in their delivery. You're just like, and that's why Katie could end up winning at times, like, because Katie can keep it very calm.
Yeah, let Shannon light herself on fire, and she's gonna give her enough rope.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, the best way, if you want a good delivery, unlike Shannon's, quick, easy way to get our podcast delivered to you is just hitting subscribe. That is correct. Just pops into your phone, as do our posts if you follow us: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Blue Sky.
Yeah, but sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, let's just do the mains. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely follow us. Leave us a comment. Leave us some love. I love the people who last week, there was one person who fed us gremlins.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the comments, and I don't remember the name, but I'm like, oh my god, somebody was like feeding the gremlins nom nom, and I was like, thank you so much. That made me laugh.
Wait. Let's see if I can find it. 1 second, just so we are nice to. I think we appreciate everyone here. Okay, maybe I don't have that. We'll find you. Oh, I got you. Thank you, aging student.
That's
aging
it.
Student.
Yes. Hopefully they listen this far.
On that note, nom 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 nom. I'm hungry.